Welcome back for some more White Sox franchise here. In the last episode, we saw our next guys up when we were in our AAA affiliate, watching some of those guys with the Knights. This time, we're going to be down with the Birmingham Barons. They're having a phenomenal year so far. We got 3 pitchers we're going to take a look at, and then potentially 3 batters. We're going to see how it goes, and then this may be the last episode before we get into the draft, so there might be a little draft preview at the end of this episode. Don't know yet. Really, it's going to come down to what we have going on. May just do a draft preview in an episode all on its own. Haven't decided yet, but let's get in to these games. First up, we're going to have Gil Vargas, and then most likely Joaquin Nunez, and then Brad Guerrero. A couple other guys that I hasn't to show anything on them because just like I don't know, like Nicole Connolly. Like I don't know what his future with our team looks like. He's doing really well, but in terms of longevity, I don't think he's gonna have enough to break the starting rotation with the bigs. But let's get into this game with Gil Vargas. And here we go. It's the Barons. It's the Clingstones. It's going to be a rainy day for us as we get our preview, or a showcase, I should say, of Gil Vargas. As you can see, he's been having quite the season so far at the AA level. He is one of 3 pitchers that we're definitely going to take a look at today. I would love to show you all 5 of our pitchers in AA, but only 3 really stood out to me, worthy of getting a showcase. As we're going to go 1 up, 1 out here. Gil Vargas with the quick out to start the game. Next batter up, and they get a hold of it. Send it deep to left field, but we're there for it.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Love to see some strikeouts from Gil Vargas, if I'm being honest here. Just, I get a whole lot of solid contact. That one's going to play, though. Just stays fair. Thought maybe it might go foul there, but it's going to be a double for the Clingstones off of Gil Vargas. See if he can close this inning out right here. They send another one to the outfield. These shots to the outfield are definitely making me worried, but it doesn't seem they can get a lot of power behind them, so that's good. It's going to bring us to the bottom of the 2nd here. Gil Vargas with his first strikeout. Finally get that strikeout we were looking for out of Gil. He's got a pretty nice pitching repertoire, complements very well. Nice little line drive to the first baseman right there. Solid defense behind Gil, given that it's AA. So he's going to get probably a good bit of help. That one's going to play, though. Finds that right center gap. Seems like as soon as I say something, the Clingstones find a way to put a ball in play and kind of make me shut up, put my foot in my mouth, as it were. Josh Bro gets a double right there. See if Gil can get this final out with a runner on second. They're going to send it to the second baseman, easy out. Conclusion of the 2nd. Brings us to the 3rd here. Gil doing well with his pitch count. We're still 0-0. They are making some contact still with his pitching. It's going to make me a little bit more worried later down the stretch of this game. Early on, we can live with it, but we're going to need to start seeing some strikeouts for sure. Probably about that 5th or 6th inning, they're probably going to get some really good contact off of him. That one got him blamed kind of on the first baseman right there. Would have preferred to see him make that stop, but due to personnel that we do not have at the AA level at first base for this particular game is a catcher. It is what it is. It should be the easy out, though. It's going to leave the runner on second, but now we have 2 outs. Love to see Gil close this inning out right here if he can. And really good play from our left fielder there. He's got good ball tracking ability. Got it in the third. Put us in the fourth here. Nick Martin with another rundown right there. Easy out. Got the 2-1 pitch coming here. Second out possibly coming. They seem to be sending a lot of it to the left field. He's getting a lot of work today. Won't need to do any running later in the week because he's getting it all in right now. See if we can get this final out, close out the fourth, and we do. Josh Bro back up to the plate. He's going to get a hold of one, send it deep right field, and it's just going to stay fair for the home run. Gil Vargas is going to allow the Clingstones to go up 1-0 on us here. Hate to see it. Almost went foul. Let's see how he recovers here in the bottom of the fifth. I do remember saying, though, I was worried about that fifth inning, sixth inning. Just because he wasn't getting a whole lot of strikeouts. They were making solid contact. It was only a matter of time. But the manager made the call to leave him in. Can't blame him. One mishap. That one gets just over third base. But Gil is controlling his pitch count pretty well, I would say. For the fifth, we do allow a double right there, but can't hate how he's controlled the game. He has relied very heavily on his defense behind him, though. And they will not test the arm there. It's going to be a fly out to right field. 2 outs. Love to see Gil close out the fifth here. They're going to smash it left center, and it's going to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. It's going to allow another run for Clingstone and increase a hitting streak for the Clingstones. But this smash to center field is going to end the fifth for us. They're going to get 2 runs in the inning, making it 2-0. Still no offense from your bearings. And Gil will come out to start the sixth. They get a hold of one, smash it pretty good. Gets it low. It's going to find play. It's going to be a single. And yeah, the manager said that's enough of that one. Gonna go ahead and pull Gil Vargas off the mound. Can't say I hate the decision. Would have liked to have seen more strikeouts, but can't fault a pitcher for relying on a stout defense. Just the 2 runs allowed is gonna hurt. We'd end up losing 4-0. Clingstones are gonna take this one. And Gil Vargas will take a loss. Next up, we got the Lookouts, and we got Joaquin Nunez. And Joaquin's having him quite the year. Let me see there with a 2.08 ERA, 1.49 WHIP. Love to see what we're getting out of young Joaquin. I know his last season wasn't the greatest statistic-wise, but let's see what he does here today. And he's going to start the day with a strikeout. Let's see more of that. We didn't get a whole lot of it from Gil Vargas. It's going to be an easy out here. Oh. Solid play by the infield. 2 up, 2 down with only 5 pitches. Joaquin in control for sure in this first inning. They get a hold of another one. Shortstop makes the
safe. He's good.
Makes the stop, but can't get the throw to first. Words are hard. So we're gonna have a runner on first. Got a full count here.
3
and nasty change up to the inside corner on the bottom. It's going to retire the side. We would get a explosion of offense from our Barons. Making it 4-0. We're going to start out. Top of the second here with an easy out from second base. 0-2 pitch, and they get a hold of it. The first baseman's going to stop it. This game, we don't have a catcher at first base. We have an actual first baseman, so that does help a little bit. 2 outs, and They're just going to lazily send it to the shortstop and
He's
get
out.
another easy out. It's going to be the conclusion of the second inning. Still 4-0 for your Barons. Joaquin Nunez, 20 pitches in, top of the third. They send one down the left field line. It's going to stay fair. Not a bad hit from the batter there. It's going to be a double. I'm sure Joaquin's not too thrilled about that one. Let's see what he does about it right here. They're going to get a hold of it. Send it to right field. Richie Guzman with the stop. They will test his arm. I cannot fault him for that. He does not have the greatest arm for an outfielder. Possible move to first base for Richie Guzman. He is electric at the plate, but he definitely struggles playing out of right field. He just doesn't have the arm strength for it. That's going to bring a runner home right there, making it 4-1. And they're making some pretty good contact on Joaquin here in the top of the third. Defense is trying to bail him out of some questionable pitching. 0-1 pitch, 2 outs here for Joaquin. And we close it out. And they're just going to send it right back to him. He's got the easy play at first. We're going to get out of the third inning, get a little bit more offense. And the bottom of the third there is going to make it 6-1 for the Barons. They chop it to second baseman, and he's going to just toss it over to first for an easy out. 1-2 pitch right here for Joaquin. Still in full control.
Time out. That ball hit him.
It's going to hit the batter there, but I was saying that he has a pretty solid pitch count for the top of the fourth.
3.
Averaging well under 10 pitches an inning. And he's going to get himself another strikeout right there. So 2 outs, runner on first. 40th pitch for Joaquin Nunez. What's it going to be? They're going to get a hold of it and send it deep left field. And I can't believe he did that. What a catch by Nick Martin. Or Nick McLean. I'm sorry, not Nick Martin. Nick McLean with a phenomenal catch right here to close out the fourth. Or the top of the fourth, I should say. And after that electric catch, no offense from your Barons, but we're going to start the inning off like we have many other. Joaquin, I have to say he's in full control of this game from the mound. He's going to come out in the fifth, get 2 quick outs for us.
Out.
Retiring the sides pretty well. Let's say I'm very impressed with what Joaquin has done so far in this game. They're going to fly out to right field right here. And that's going to be the end of the top of the fifth. More offense from your Barons, though. We're going to make it 11-1 going into the sixth. Joaquin still on the mound. Looking like he might have himself a deep run in this game. He's going to get that quick out to start the inning. They're going to get one, line it out to third. Get sniped right there by the infield third baseman. 2 outs, top of the sixth. Still with a great pitch count. And they're going to fly out to right here. Joaquin, very impressive with his showing today. And he would come back out for the 7th, but we got a full count with the first batter right here.
Aye.
And he's going to send him down swinging. Phenomenal. Just that's all you can say about what we're seeing from Joaquin right here.
That's ball 4.
The development we've had from him as he allows his first walk has been incredible. I wasn't sure what we were going to do with him because last season he just did not look good. He's going to let a home run go here. Unfortunate in the top of the 7th. He's done well. So well all game. And they're going to let a 2-run home run go there. But plenty of cushion from the explosion of offense we've had in this game. Just going to leave it at 11-3. I think Joaquin will be okay. Sure, he would love to have that one back. We got an 0-2 pitch. Can he recover from the home run? They're going to send it to left field, but you're not going to get that past Nick McLean for sure. One more out to go to get out of the top of the 7th here, and they're just going to pop it up. Catcher should have this one. Easy work. We're headed to the 8th. And Joaquin will start the 8th inning for us. Not very often we get to see a pitcher go this deep, but that is not a promising look on an 0-2 pitch. And I don't know about that one. Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with the manager on this one. Joaquin's had a phenomenal day, pitched well, but I think it's time for him to take his walk, get a little tip of the hat to the crowd, and we're going to win this one 11-3. Joaquin with a very, very impressive win. And next up, still going to be the Lookouts, but this time we are at Rickwood Field, and it's going to be Brad Guerrero on the mound. Another young pitcher of ours, having him quite the phenomenal season. Love what he's done so far. Hoping to get a good showing from him here. We do have a few concerns with what he does, as he is going to allow a leadoff single on the first pitch. But Brad Guerrero's got a long road ahead of him. He needs to improve in a lot of areas, but does really well in a lot of times. And as I say that, he's going to get a home run on the second hitter. So Brad Guerrero off to a rough start here in his showcasing. I definitely need to make sure we're working on our per nines with this young man. Not the kind of start to the game you want to have. Don't even have an out yet. Finally, with a strikeout, it's going to be our first out. With those 2 runs off that home run, it's just, that's kind of brutal. Already up to 10 pitches right here. They get a hold of it. This is going to be another single for the Lookouts. Good to see Brad Guerrero show some pitching clutch, kind of rein things back in right here. Gonna get at least we stopped it. You know, defense doesn't seem to be bailing him out like they bailed out Gil Vargas. I don't think Joaquin needed too much bailing out, though. Nick McLean did impress well, but we're gonna get a double play right here, or not. Throw from second is gonna pull our first baseman off of plate. So now we got runners on the corner, and they're going to send one down the left field line. That should bring possibly 2 home right here. We're going to get it there in time. We do.
Right there on the tag. Out.
Thank God for slow base runners. It's only going to be a 3-run inning, but a very, very rough start for Brad Guerrero.
Out.
At least we get a first batter out right there to start the top of the second. Would love to see Guerrero put this side down quick, as it looks like he might.
He's out.
It's going to be 2 up, 2 down for Guerrero here. Can he close it out here? No. It is going to be another home run. So yeah, Guerrero not impressing too much here today. Definitely need to see better from him. Hate to see that home run. It's back-to-back innings with a home run now, especially when you have 2 outs. I don't think he's bringing his A game today. We're up to the 35th pitch for him. He's going to get the strikeout to close the top of the second. A little bit of offense from the Barons here. It's going to make it 4-1. And Guerrero needs to really bring things back in. It's very rough to see when your pitcher's going down like this. Just, I thought we were going to get another game similar to Joaquin, or at least Gil Vargas. And it's just, gotta say, it's a bit disappointing. what we're getting from the young Guerrero here.
Aye.
He is going to get him swinging at the one in the dirt there. Runner on first doesn't try to advance. Can he close it out here? Looks like we're going to get out at the top of the third without allowing anything. So, definitely say we're moving in the right direction with the way Guerrero's pitching, just based on that inning. Let's go ahead, chop it back to the pitcher right here.
Out.
He's going to zip it over to first for the out. 1 out, 0-1 pitch. And it's another home run allowed by the young Guerrero. And that one went deep, deep, and even deeper. Rough to watch with Brad Guerrero right here. Just disappointed, I guess you could say. Was hoping for more. Just how long do you leave him on the mound here? We are going to trust our manager's intuition on this one. I think I probably would prefer him to pull. Seems like he's lost all his confidence. He's going to allow a single right there. Hope he has the mentality of live to fight another day. I think the manager finally, that one just was the nail in the coffin. He's seen enough. And we're going to get Guerrero off the mound here. Not his best showing. He knows it. Room to improve, though. We would end up losing 8-1. Very unfortunate for Mr. Guerrero. But I'm sure we'll see a bounce back. Now we're going to get into our hitters. And they do hit 1, 2, 3. First up is Vincent Koo. We're back at Rickwood Field.
1-0.
And this is going to be the Trash Pandas, not the Lookouts. Vincent Koo, one of our draftees from the previous draft. Got him because of his ability to hit. Not the best fielder per se, but he's really good at the plate. Serves well in our leadoff role. So he's going to get on first there. Now we got Enrique Santos, who is another draftee from the previous draft. Bit of an up and down season for him, but he has really good plate skills. And I think here later in this season, or the second half of the season, I guess you should say, for the AA affiliates.
Runner!
He's been doing well. Vincent Koo here, gonna go for the steal.
1-1.
Vincent Koo, pretty quick as well. He's gonna have 4 stolen bases now. And Enrique is just going to send one. Splits the infield perfectly, gets it down before center field can get there, and it's going to put runners on the corner for Richie Guzman. Now, Richie Guzman is our big bat down in the AA. I think we might have an opportunity for 2 RBIs right here because he just brings incredible power and incredible discipline to the plate. It looks like he's going to just watch that one go down.
1 strike.
Richie Guzman, strong candidate to move up in a DH capacity. I would love to leave him down in the AA's though. I feel like his development with the Barons is paramount. Don't know that he'll ever be superstar watch, kind of like Prado is. Swing at one in the dirt right there. He's going to go down on strikes. Vincent Koo back up. Back to Guzman. I just don't know that Guzman's ever going to be something that we look at like we do with Prado. But also Guzman, I feel like he's more of a first baseman than he is a right fielder. I think we might be making a move there. He just doesn't have the arm strength to play in the outfield. I don't think it's beneficial to train it up per se.
He's safe.
Vincent Koo here with the RBI though. See what Enrique Santos can do with his at-bat. As long as he doesn't hit into a double play, I will be happy. Enrique's another guy. He has potential to play in the bigs at third base. He really does. Really good plate. Don't know how his fielding and arm strength can develop. Another candidate possibly move to a new position.
1-2.
But he does see the ball pretty well. However, I will say, when the season first started, he was not doing very
That's a
well
foul ball.
at the plate. Bit of an adjustment for him, but here of late he has been doing way better. He's going to line out right there. See if Richie Guzman can recover from his abysmal first look.
That's a ball. 1 ball, no
Most
strike.
pitchers should know by now in the double A's that you put one where he can get a hold of it, it's going to go places.
Ball, no.
Big hitter, as I've said
2-0.
before. Looks like they're not going to give him anything easy. Trying to get him to chase on some of these first couple pitches. But his discipline is just too high.
No.
3-0 pitch. Looks like we might be getting a walk from Mr. Guzman. Can't fault the pitcher for not wanting
Ball
to pitch to
4,
him.
take your base.
Incredible discipline from the young man. He's going to get himself a walk. Vincent Koo back up here in the
Ball.
bottom of the 4th. Doing really well. A lot better than I expected. I expected him to kind of do what... That wasn't a strike. Get you some glasses. But I was expecting roles to kind of be flipped here. I was expecting Guzman to be 2 for 2. And Vincent Koo to maybe have 1 hit. But not the case today. Vincent Koo is going to get himself another big one. They can't get there in time. And he's going to get himself a single. So a very deep hit for a single. But Vincent Koo, pretty quick.
Ah!
Potential to steal here. I prefer a steal. Just so we don't hit into the double play. But Enrique is pretty good about advancing runners. So you can't hate that we don't make the
He's
attempt.
in there.
Looks like they're expecting him to steal. So maybe it's a good thing that he doesn't. But let's see what Enrique has for us here. He smashes it deep left. And I tell you what, if that was just 20 feet to the right or 20 feet to the left, you're talking about a home run. He bounces it off the top of the scoreboard. He'll bring Vincent Koo home.
No, too low.
And get himself a double. Richie Guzman back up to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th after that. 0 for 1 on the day with 1 walk. Can he advance
Ball
Santos?
2. 2-0
That's
to
a bit
count.
of a questionable call. Have to agree with the pitcher there, even though it's not my team. We'll take it nonetheless. 2-0 pitch. What does Guzman have in store for us? Thought he might get lucky there with another favorable call from Blue. But not to be.
No. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Gotta say, this umpire is quite inconsistent with his calls. But Guzman seems to be on the benefiting side of that. 3-1 pitch here, and
Ball 4,
they're
take your
going to
base.
walk Guzman again. Bottom of the 6th, Vincent Koo back up to bottom of the 5th. I'm sorry. Vincent Koo back up to the plate. We're up 8-1, putting on an offensive clinic here today. Does Koo have another hit in store for us?
Safe.
Will he be advancing the runner? 0-2 pitch coming, and
High, 3.
he's going to go down looking. Not the hottest of looks for Vincent Koo. Can Santos now advance?
He beat it.
We want to throw him out desperately right there first. Enrique Santos 2 for 3 on the day.
Yeah.
Can't say that I agree with that one. But 0-1 pitch. Runner on first. What does Santos do?
Ball 1. 1-1.
Are we going to give the young man something to hit here? Or are we going to dance around the box? And that's going to say just fair somehow. That's a close call. But Santos, don't know how he did it, but finds a way to keep it just fair. Going to get himself another RBI double. Can Guzman bring Santos home now? There he's going to send it to right field. It's going to be a fly out. And this should be the last time through the rotation, if I had to guess. Bottom of the seventh. Up 10-1. Just the way it's kind of unfolded from this point forward.
Ball, no.
Or from the last time they were out to bat 1, 2, 3. I don't think you'll see them in the 8th or the 9th. They are the bulk of our offense. We got a couple guys down deep in the lineup who can hit some dingers, but I don't think we're going to get too much of an extension in there. As Vincent Kuhn gets himself the double. Santos going to take that first pitch strike on the inside. 2 for 4 in the day. Done really well at the plate. Would love to see him bring Vincent Kuhn to home plate though. Maybe even get that home run that he was robbed of. He's going to send it left center gap. They have it. Will Vincent Kuhn test the arm? He will not. So now Richie Guzman has an opportunity to get a hit on the day because he hasn't done anything all game.
Yep.
Which is very uncharacteristic for him.
0-1.
But perhaps we will get something from him here. Gonna hit it foul. 0-2 pitch, 2 outs. And what are we gonna get? He's gonna fly out. Not enough power on it. It's gonna be the easy out. And we're gonna win 10-1 for the last time through the batting order for those 3 batters. But as you can see, we definitely got some talent in the AA. And that's going to pretty much wrap up our gameplay showing for this episode. Probably not going to do a draft preview. I think there's something that I want to do in this month, the next episode. But we will get a look at what all 3 of our teams are doing. We'll adjust our lineups, go over the pitching staff for each one, and just give a brief overview of kind of how we looked at this point in the season as we begin the month of June. Starting off with our White Sox, even on the year, 1.5 games behind the Twins. Looks like it's a pretty tight race between the White Sox, Twins, and Tigers, but let's take a look at this lineup and see who's been doing what. No major changes need to be made. We're doing quite well at the plate. Wilson Montgomery excelling in his leadoff spot, hitting 269 on the year. Luis Reyes hitting 267, a little bit low for his typical, but we can deal with that, especially he's got his little patent spot as our second guy. Alex Bregman doing everything that we thought he would coming in for us here, hitting well over 300, 16 home runs on the year, so he's doing exactly what we wanted when we decided to go after him in free agency. Tyler O'Neill struggling a bit at the plate, hitting 225, only 6 home runs, so he's not living up to our expectations, but more of a placeholder as we let Prado develop. Josh Rojas, though, killing it at the plate, hitting 296 on the year. Gotta say, making a strong argument for us to keep him around for another year and possibly longer. Chas McCormick, since he's been taking out that leadoff spot, batting at the 6, he's done a lot better. He's hitting 288 now, but is it going to be enough for us to keep him? He hasn't done bad, but we'll kind of have to see how the season plays out. Kyle Till absolutely killing it at the plate, 276 on the year, 6 home runs. Still struggling against lefties, I think, but serving well as the catcher. Ethan Salas here hitting 280 on the year. Decided to put him in the DH spot because nobody else is really doing well at the bat. But he does serve as our catcher behind the plate during left-handed games. And then Heston Kjerstad definitely fell off this year, hitting well below the Mendoza line. It's making me think that we might have to pursue the right fielder possibly in the draft. With our AAA team, no major changes here either, other than Brooks Lee being subbed out. Bit of a cold streak for him. Going to let him kind of sort that out himself. Brady Montgomery doing well. Definitely going to give Chaz McCormick a run for his money. Dave Prado, bit of a cold streak right now, but still hitting well in my opinion. 244 on the year, 6 home runs. Nola V. Marte making a bit of an argument on possibly needing to be called up. Possibly a trade piece for us. We're pretty set at third base. Don't have room for him on the major league roster. He's not hitting too well right now, but the stats aren't too bad. Joe Ridley absolutely killing it at the plate. Hitting 314 on the year, 11 home runs. Definitely probably our biggest power hitter right now at the AAA level. Jim McGuire making his AAA first season for us. Has done well for us at the AA level. Bit of an adjustment period for him, but he's doing alright. Eddie Park doing well, hitting 281. Second base. Haven't decided what we're going to do here. Chase Meredroth possibly going to get some starts there, as Camaletti is on a bit of a cold streak. Then again, Jordan Sprinkle getting his shot back in the starting rotation or starting lineup. And then Brandon Shelley continuing his phenomenal development here. Similar to what we saw at the beginning of his AA tenure, he's hitting just shy of the Mendoza line. Kind of see how things unfold there, but we're getting some solid development out of him. And then our AA lineup, kind of we just watched. Vincent Koo doing really well, as you saw, solid leadoff guy for us. Enrique Santos, good at advancing runners, no home runs on the year for him, but there's a lot of development that needs to be had with him. Richie Guzman, who's having a phenomenal year, other than what we watched, bit of a off game for him there. CJ Kafis, really good season for him at first base. Zach DeLoach, resident designated hitter for us, sees the field a little bit, but he's hitting really well. William Borgelio, however you say his name, doing well, hitting 268. Nick McClain getting him a little bit more starting time, showed us a lot of what he has, hitting really good. Not a whole lot to talk about here with both of our catchers. They are not the greatest, but it's kind of why we want to go after another catcher in the draft. Then Ryan Burrows, just with these kind of numbers, he's never going to leave the AA roster. Quickly going over our pitching staff here. Shane Baz kind of takes that spot as our ace again, having a way better year, or more consistent year, I should say. Solid ERA, solid whip. Sandy's had a bit of an up and down season. He's kind of reined it back in the last month, so it's good to see. Potentially could take the ace position back, but right now I feel comfortable where he's at. Brian Bello continuing his phenomenal development. Drew Thorpe, bit of a down season. ERA and WHIP are really high. Not a huge fan to see that. And then Hagen Smith is getting absolutely destroyed at the mound so far. Very rough rookie season for him for sure. Bullpen's been pretty solid for us at the major leagues though. Kyle Busch doing really well in his new role, and Sean Burt not doing much better. It's typically why Kyle Busch kind of gets more looks in the long relief role. As well as Yadier Iriarte. With these kind of numbers, I think we're going to have to try and lock him up more long term. Sean Burt may be getting traded. We don't know yet. Cam Boozer having a typical Cam Boozer year. Love what I've seen from him. Same with Dario and Morieta. Both of them are doing really well in their relief spots. Our typical, with Karnakak, just random ERAs throughout his career with this potential trade piece for us right here, especially with the trade deadline coming up and our goal of getting a lot younger in our bullpen. Not the kind of year you want to see from our closer. ERA and WHIP's a little high. 1-4 record, 18 saves, 3 blown saves, 1 hold. So definitely not up to par with what he did in the previous season. Makes you wonder kind of what we do from this perspective at this point with him. AAA level, still Lou Richardson struggling a bit, which is to be expected his first year in AAA. Same with Ryan Beach. ERA is looking good, WHIP not so good, but they'll do well with another year in the AAA, I do believe, if we don't work out some stuff, and they might go back down to AA, don't know yet. Wilkerman Gonzalez, though, just crumbling. Peyton Pallette, though, doing really well. Candidate to move up in our starting rotation, as well as Jonathan Helsley. And quickly over the bullpen, a couple guys doing well, and then a couple guys not doing well. It's a bit of a mixed bag there. Bohuff doing really good. He's got 19 saves, 2 blown saves. So liking what we're seeing from Bohuff. As long as he continues along this development, I think we'll be all right. And at the AA level, Cole Connolly, not doing bad. Bit of an up and down season for him, bit of a cold streak right now. Mastrini doing really good, candidate to possibly move up to AAA depending on what we want to do there. Joaquin Nunez, as you saw, he had a really good game for us there. His ERA is phenomenal. Brad Guerrero still having a pretty good year given his struggles in the game that he was showcased in. And then Gil Vargas, ERA and WHIP's really good, still a 2-4 loss though, but really need to work on his stamina. That's kind of where we stand right now at this given moment. I think we're looking pretty good. That's going to do it all for this episode. Hope you enjoyed what we've been able to accomplish to this point. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Make sure you stay up to date with our new episodes that we drop. And as always, go White Sox.